Hi Stampers, and happy spring and happy Easter. Another month has gone by. Time for another video kit club. This time I have a wonderfully fun technique that's been popular. It's the chalkboard technique, where you use the black cardstock and you stamp and emboss in white, and then you use your pigment ink and stamp on it again. So it's a fun technique. I think it's a cool look, and it was fitting for these brand new stamps from Becky Muir, the bicycles. It's such a fun, I think, springy summer set, and has a lot of versatility in it. I love the way she did the verses, and I just love the sentiments. So let's get started. In your kit you will receive the whole bicycle stamp set. You will receive a small white detail embossing powder. You will need in your, to make the card, a Versamark ink pad and a white pigment ink pad. If you don't have a white pigment ink pad, we will have little Versa cubes in the store that you can purchase for this card and technique. I'm just using something I had. You will need a Prismacolor pencil in white, or any white colored pencil. You'll need a straight edge. I'm just using a little clear ruler. And so let's get started. In your kit you're going to receive your black cardstock, and what you're going to do is first of all swipe it with your static free bag. And then I'm going to take the bicycle stamp. I'm using the girl bike with the flowers, but you could very easily do this with the boy's bike as well. Or if you wanted to turn the card long ways, the two-seater would also fit on there. So you've got a lot of versatility with this kit as well. We're going to take Versamark and we're going to ink up our ink, or stamp in the ink. And we're going to stamp down towards the bottom of the black cardstock. Okay. And then I am also going to stamp the sentiment, life is like a bicycle. In order to keep moving, or keep balance, you must keep moving. So I'm going to go ahead and ink that up as well, and then stamp that up in the upper right-hand corner. Okay. Now I'm going to go ahead and cover this with the white detail embossing powder. Okay, and we're going to heat that then. Okay, now that that's embossed, before we go and stamp over it with the pigment ink, I'm going to draw my lines in it with my pencil so I don't smear my other ink before I'm done. I'm going to take the white a white colored pencil and my straight edge, and I am just going to trace, make a line on the inside of the cardstock. Just like make a box. And you can make your lines on the corners overlap or not match. It kind of gives you the look of the chalkboards out in the street advertising, I think, or at the coffee shop when they decorate the chalkboard. So go ahead and draw your lines. And if you want to, you can even add a second line, but don't go through your image. You would stop like at the image and fill in around it. Kind of add some extra dimension to it. I'm going to go ahead and cross over the line there. I think I'll cross over the line here too. just a fun, cool technique. Okay, so there's my framing around it. Now if you want to, you can take some different colored pencils and just kind of color over like the flowers and add a little bit of color to it. You don't have to. I just think it kind of adds to it. Okay, so when you've got that panel done, or I mean your coloring done, you could leave it like this and it kind of looks chalkboardy, but what really makes it look more like the chalkboard is once you stamp on top of this with the white pigment ink. So I'm going to take the white pigment ink in my same stamp, and I'm not going to be real worried about being perfect because I want it offset a little bit. And I'm going to go ahead and line up my stamp as best I can over it, and then just kind of offset it a little bit. And it kind of gives you a shadow behind the embossed image, which kind of gives it more of a chalkboard look. Now I'm going to do the same thing with the sentiment. Whoops, upside down. There you go. So line it up and then just kind of offset it a little bit. And then stamp that again. And what I like to do then, I just took my finger and kind of wiped some of the ink off of the stamp and kind of put some smudge marks on the chalkboard. It just kind of makes it look a little bit more authentic. Okay, so there's the chalkboard technique. You could even rub over the image a little bit and soften those lines if you wanted to. Okay, so now we're going to go ahead and finish our card, put it together. We're going to go ahead and layer the bikes on the blue cardstock, and I'm going to use Terrific tape. Okay, and then the main image panel is going to go on with dimensional tape. So go ahead and put that on the back. And then that goes on the front of your card. And then just to add some more detail and dimension to the card, we're going to put the little tag up here. So you'll have a long strip of the pink cardstock. It's going to be 1 inch. You're going to cut them into 1.5 inch segments, and then you're going to notch the top. And to notch the top, you can do it two ways. You can kind of fold it in half and then just cut a little notch like that. That's probably the easiest way. And then that goes down on your cardstock with Terrific tape. And that goes up at the top. I lined it up with the top of the blue. And then you'll have a button and some thread. You can tie the thread through the button, and I am going to put it down with dimensional glue. You could use a glue dot. Sparkle and Sprinkles dimensional glue is good for holding embellishments as well as playing with the glitter. So I'm going to go ahead and put some glue down there and stick my button on. And there you go then. You have a cute little bicycle card chalkboard technique. It's just a really cool looking technique, I think. Hope you enjoy this. I sure did. And you have a good time with your kits, and I will see you again next month. Thank you. Happy stamping. Bye-bye.